All right, hopefully you already took a stab at the practice exercise. Just to review what the steps were, you wanted to create a plugin, save a simple string to the options table, and then display that simple string on the plugin settings page. Now, optionally, you could also display that string somewhere else, whether on the front end or the back end, and you could do the same with an array of options rather than a simple string. Hopefully you got through all of these okay, and I'm just going to show you another practice completed exercise that goes through some of these as well. So what I have here in my plugin is a setup with an options, a menu that should look pretty similar to stuff we've already done, and then I have a custom admin footer hook here, which is a hook we have looked at several times as well. And then inside of here, I am going to get the option WP plugin options and then return that into the footer text. So in the admin area, this should replace the text that's there, usually linking to WordPress, with whatever I have saved to my options here. So if I come into my options file here, we can see that we're hooking into admin init again, and I'm saving a string of text called custom option text into an option variable. And then if the option plugin options, notice that I've changed it from a singular to a plural. You could have this name be whatever you want, although it is a really good idea. In fact, probably not even a good idea, but almost a requirement to make sure you namespace that so that it doesn't get lost in there with other names. I'm going to go ahead and add that option if it doesn't exist based on that there. And then if it already does exist, but for some other reason I just want to update it, I'm going to leave that here. Again, we will look at how to create settings and stuff and edit this in other ways later. So really now we're just trying to make sure that we could get it to save and that we could get it to display. So if I come into my templates now, you could see it's pretty simple. I'm getting the title in an H1, and in H2 I'm saying custom footer text, and then I'm going to get the option right here and display it out. So this should display it on the settings page, which was a requirement, and then because of this hook right here, it should also display it on the admin footer. So let's check this out in action. So checking out our practice options complete. I'm going to activate that. We should see our practice here, and I'll click into that, and we could see custom option text as well as seeing it display down here in the footer. Now, if I were to come into my code, into my options file and update that, we should see that reflected in both places when we come back here later. Now, hopefully you got this far with everything. Maybe you made it display somewhere else. Again, begin exploring some other places in the admin area. Now that you know how hooks work, now that you know how to save data and get it out, you could start to do all sorts of interesting things. However, you really got to get these fundamentals down. Make sure you know add option, edit option, delete option, as well as the important get option, and particularly how to work with arrays of options. So once you have that down, then we will look at how to create specific settings pages where we could actually begin to edit that content in a way that would make sense and be something that we see on a page like this. So that will be kind of taking our options to the next level. So go ahead and make sure that you practice this first, you have everything down and you're comfortable with it, and then go ahead and proceed to the next lesson.